fine. All right. So your computer may say, hey, do you want to jump off? It's now being recorded. So please don't jump off.
Bye.
Yeah, bye. I'm so glad I got to talk to you for 5 minutes. And if we have other people jump on, it's really no big deal. So I put together this workshop for you guys. Both of you, I believe, have been through the Morning Rush 21-day challenge. So a refresher is always helpful. But one of the things that I've done with Morning Rush is I've had a number of people like email me or direct message me and they say, I'd really like to get in the next time that you run the 21-day challenge. Can you tell me when that is? And really to run that challenge and open up a brand new Facebook group, it turns into you have to have more than like 15 or 20 at a time in order for them to get that accountability and that encouragement. So I was like, I want people to be able to start this and stop this whenever they feel like they need to. So 21-day rush ended up turning into now a 21-day challenge through email. And then anyone who was in either of the past two groups that was in the Morning Rush Facebook group is going to get combined into one group. And then I'm going to take the majority of the resources so that new people that sign up have those resources, but anyone who's been in it before is going to be able to get the chance to have some of that stuff already in there and then just really re-engage in that community. So that is how the workshop started. So I just want to welcome you guys for sure, and definitely have so much excitement for having so many people that registered that are going to get this recording as well. I'm really proud of you guys for showing up right in the middle of your day off and right at the beginning of your work day. That's really powerful, just for you to even say like, here I am, and this is something that I want to learn, I want to do a better job with, and showing up, that takes a lot. So I'm proud of you guys for that. This is going to be a 2-day workshop. If you're able to make both days, then great. If you're only able to make one, then that's okay too. If you have a friend that you want to try to add into tomorrow's workshop, then definitely send them the link or let them know what time, or they can DM me and I'll get you guys the link. You just want, when something is good, you want to share it like a deal that you got on TJ Maxx sweater. So I know that you guys want to be able to get other people into this kind of stuff, and we are open and available for ways to do that. So all right, so let's hear a yes, or put it in the comments if you guys are proud of yourselves for showing up, because sometimes we need that affirmation as well, right?
Yes.
Right. Yes. So what's happening today is we're going to meet at 11 o'clock today, obviously 11 o'clock tomorrow. And then I apologize for my voice. I got a little bit of a swollen throat this morning. So I was like, I'm going to drink the water and all the coffees, and I'm just going to burn it out, and it's going to be great. I'm glad that you guys have your cameras on. That just helps me, energetically be able to connect with you. And like we said, putting a voice with a face is always really nice too, as we continue to build the community and then going into 21-day rush challenge. If you have a way to take notes, then that is great, which both of you guys, I saw paper. Yeah. Because we know that we only remember 10% of the stuff that we hear, and we only remember 40% of what we actually read. So I want to make sure that when we're writing it down and we're listening to it, and you can go back to it later, you guys are actually going to get anywhere from 75 to 90 of what we talk about today. And then I'll cover a little bit of the same stuff early on tomorrow morning, and then get into that strategy that I call the Me+3 that is going to help support people tomorrow. Okay. So that's the plan today. I'm going to give 3 tips to help you establish that and own your routine. And then we're going to go over Me+3 tomorrow. So that's the plan. That sound good for you guys? Yeah. Okay. So how did Morning Rush even start? I am not shy about sharing my story and how I got started on personal development. And the reason I'm not shy about it is because even though when it first started, it was shameful for me, it was really healing for me when I started talking about with other moms what it felt like to have a new child and to have a second child. And it gave them permission to start talking about that as well. So Blake, my daughter, is 7 now. She was born in January in a snowstorm of 2015. I had like this overwhelming awareness that I was never going to have alone time with Tegan ever again, who is my oldest. And it made me really sad. And it got me to the point where I was like, Blake is taking time away from that. I mean, I had all sorts of things messed up in my head. And I was a second child. I didn't even have like first child problems. So this was just me creating all of this, what you have to do and what you need to do and who you should be while I had this second child. And it wasn't fair to her. It definitely wasn't fair to me. But I stayed home for 3 months, which felt very isolating. And I went back to a career at the time that I loved what I was able to do and I loved my team, but I was going back to work with an empty bank account, frustration with my child. I didn't feel like I was 100%, and I was living off of coffee and Three Musketeers and nursing. So totally not healthy for any of us, right? I wanted to feel like Superwoman again, and I was upset that I wasn't able to figure out a way to do that. So I actually had a conversation with my sister in like September, October. She came to visit that year. And it wasn't until November that I finally had that moment that I was like, what's happening in my life right now and happening in my mind is not that loving wife, mom, friend that I wanted to be. This is not working for me. And it's not what I envisioned. So I don't hide the fact that I did not like my second child, and she also did not like me, but it was because of the way that I was putting energy into that relationship, and I needed to get myself straight for her, but also for myself. So I started on a nutrition and supplement program that I've been on now for 6 years. And by no accident, like I said, I talked to my sister and she was like, did you know that you already have something called podcasts on your phone? And they're free and they're easy to get to. Cause like I said, I had no money in my bank account. So I was like, I don't even know where to get help. So I was like, how do I even look that stuff up? And what do I even look for? So the first podcast that I tried was on my 30-minute commute while I was pumping in my car was Lori Harder's, it's called Earn Your Happy. And it's a podcast that she still runs. She's got over 700 episodes. Like I said, this was 5 years ago that I started listening to that. I listened every single day on the way to work, on the way from work. I saved episodes and re-listened to things. I learned about journaling, affirmations, and like lots of other topics that I took that strategy that I learned from Jim Rohn of learn, implement, teach. And I tried not only sharing some of those strategies with myself, but also to make a direct impact on other people. So at Maurice's, I had a team of anywhere from 7 to 12 people at a time. And anytime that I got the chance to take something that I learned from that podcast and help share it with them to make their lives even better, then I just got a lot of energy from that. And it made me feel really good. And it helped our team immensely. It helped our sales, it helped our culture. And I was like, okay, we are on to something now. And I need to figure out how to make this even bigger. So then I started branching out to like Brendan Burchard, Mel Robbins. Who are some people that you guys listen to for inspiration?
Brene Brown.
Mm-hmm.
And
no one.
No,
You.
that is not lost on me. I appreciate that.
And Becky Dozeman.
And Becky Dozeman. That's so crazy. I love that. Yeah, Becky's so sweet. We've done a couple collabs together. I just love her. Okay, so
And my husband plays meditation, like spiritual things, like in the morning. So that's how he gets people out of bed.
mm-hmm. Music is so important in the morning. It really gets our energies flowing. And I do the same thing for the girls. We listen to Meghan Trainor in the morning. Sometimes they listen to Hamilton's. I mean, sometimes like Blake is so funny because she'll be like, Alexa, please play me calming piano music. And I'm like, but she loves it. So amen, yes. Right? So from that, a lot of people would be like, you know, how are you so happy all the time? How are you so positive? How do you turn things around? And I try to explain to them that like positivity and happiness and all that, it's an inside job. It's a choice, right? It's a decision that we get to make, and we get to make it a million moments a day. It's it's shown, I think this was at a meditation retreat, that 90,000 thoughts we have every day. 90,000 thoughts we have just subconsciously going through our brains every day. And over 50,000 of those are some sort of like negative tendency. And until someone learns how to control that and really flip that switch, that's what's like continuing to go through our minds, are all these negative things. And I believe in the power of affirmations, right? That's why it's part of my morning routine. But if I say to myself, I have a great relationship with my husband, I have a great relationship with my husband, I have a great relationship with my husband, that's not going to make me have a great relationship with my husband. But what it does do is, if I'm saying I have a great relationship with my husband, I can stop for a second and I can go, do I have a great relationship with my husband? And if not, what can I do today? One thing that's going to make that better. So then it turns into this intentional goal, right? So the morning rush is for the women who want to go from feeling really stressful running out the door, and instead we want to rush intentionally into a day or a life that we feel like we have confidently designed. We want to feel put together. We want to feel productive. We want to feel confident. We want to feel like we're making a difference. What are some things that you want to feel when you walk out the door or go into your day?
I would like to just feel organized. I feel so much better. Like I did the 21-day rush, and I was sitting down in the morning and I was, choosing my little intentions for the day and making a plan, you know what I mean? And sitting down with, yeah, saying, okay, this is what's going to happen during the week.
Mm-hmm.
This week I gave my husband a note card. I was like, okay, pick these kids up at these times, take them to these places. There's no question on anybody's mind about what's happening, which gives like sanity during the day. I mean, my people are not texting me 5 times while I'm at work trying to see a patient. Is dad coming? Where am I going? Because I can't, not only can I not focus on what I should be doing here, is that I can't, address them in the way that I should be addressing them either, right? It's like I'm ignoring everyone. I'm walking through the day just like swatting mosquitoes. Like,
I hear you.
and at the end, what did I accomplish today? I don't really know. What loose I have to tie? I don't know. Yeah. So it's so much better to sit down and make that plan and have an idea of how your day is going to go before it starts to happen. And that way, when things go off track, I can get back on track.
Mm-hmm. I love that you're still using those words, because, as I bring myself back to that embodiment challenge, that word always really helped me, right? Go, okay, am I feeling, intentional right now? Am I feeling disciplined right now? Am I feeling, and it's just a notice moment, right? It's just that opportunity for us to go, am I doing what I know is best for me and acting in a way that I feel aligned? So I love that you're still using those as well.
Yes, I carry them with me.
Good. Okay, how about for you, Holly?
For me, I just want to be prepared and not feel rushed. Oftentimes in the morning, we're just I liked with the morning rush challenge when I did it before, and I was on a good track, but I've gotten a little off track. Oop, getting a call.
That's okay.
Oh. Where I just want to know or have a good plan and not make my children rush around and not be running behind, just feel prepared for the day and set a good intent and not miss anything. I, just try to keep organized. I like that plan too. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. The organized, the prepared, those are definitely things that, like, when we can almost close that chapter of the day, and then we move on to the next, and we're like, okay, I feel accomplished, I feel confident. And then that next thing that we go to tackle, because we tackled that well, we feel good going into our next. So motivation is crap. We know that motivation's crap. It's what it really is you're piling on, you're compiling those those feelings of accomplishment. And it's like, oh, if I was able to do that, then you're telling your brain, oh, I can do this. Oh, I can do that too. Look at everything I've got done today. And your brain's in there doing a happy dance for sure. So I want women with the 21-day challenge or 21-day rush to really feel like they are feeling positive throughout their day. They're making an impact on their family, their friends. Most importantly, they're getting this fresh view of possibilities of what they're able to do. You know, again, that compounding, I'm going to call it compounding interest of things that they're doing a really good job with, right? And I don't know if you'd agree with this, but I feel like the morning rush was not for someone who thinks that I can just like give them a list of morning habits that I got from Pinterest and that they can become successful, right? So would you try that? Yeah, you'd probably try that. Will you be successful? Most likely not. And the reason that you're not necessarily successful and stuff like that is because you have no buy-in. Pinterest is free, right? And the ideas are maybe what's important to someone else, not what is important to you. So unless you take that stuff and you feel successful because it's things that are important to you and getting you the results you desire, then you're not going to follow through with it as often, right? So my intention with the workshop today was to give you guys 3 to 5 ideas that you can use that are going to help you design your own routine. And then it's just really important for you to understand that that habit change is really a game changer. You know, it changes the neural pathways in your brain. It changes the way that you feel about yourself. It changes the way that you're feeling in your relationships. And the chance to be able to design your morning routine for yourself is so important, because then you feel like you're designing your life and you're not just reacting to things that are coming along. Tony Robbins always says, you know, we get this life for us, not things happening to us. And I feel like when we think about things happening to us, that's when that reaction mode starts happening and we start to get emotional over those choices. And emotional makes us make these quick decisions that aren't always the best decisions for us or whatever that we're doing. So at this point, just like you two, over 40 different women have gone through the morning rush inside more of that group setting. So a couple people were like, I accomplished so much during those 21 days. I'm intentionally setting myself up. Some of them felt like they were really good at posting and then following up with other people's posts, and they felt really good about being able to support the other women. Some people said it was just really nice for me to be in a group that gave me a combined challenge so that I knew other women were going through the same thing that I'm going through. And it was almost like, okay to say, I'm not perfect at this. I'm getting better at this. You know, something that for me, I loved and I noticed was that the tools that I provided don't always get used the same way by everybody, but they all got used and it was for what the person needed. So I love that about it. All right, so as promised, 3 things that we want to think about when we're creating the habit of a morning routine, and let us like make sure that we're clear that what we're doing is actually creating a new habit. So habit is simply like what we do over and over and over without thinking. So if you can agree, it almost kind of feels like we're asleep. We're just going through the day asleep in our lives. I'm gonna mute myself for just a second.
Jan, I really appreciate this. I have to get going. Actually, I forgot about something. Speaking of not being organized. So I will check in. Bye.
Sorry, Jen, my throat like caught me. Okay, so the 3 things that I want us to work on are writing down 3 big goals. And if you notice, I tend to work in 3s and 10s. So most of the trainings that I do are like, here's 3 tips for that. How do we get to a level 10 here? It's always 3s and 10s. So when you're looking at different categories, we look at relationships, we look at family and friends, we look at health, we look at fitness, we look at finances, We would look at personal growth, and then we would look at maybe business and career. Those are just ideas for categories of things that you can look into.
Okay.
And then you would pick whatever you feel like is the thing, like I shared with relationships. If I feel like I'm at a 7 in my relationship with Bill, how would I get that to a 10? If I feel like the culture in my company is at a 5, how would I get that to a 10? So the level 10 helps me figure out with those categories what I need to use as my big goals. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So if you felt like you were going to even pick one category, what would be a category that you feel like you'd be able to rate yourself and then go, but I want to be at a 10. So what can I do to get there?
I'll start at fitness. I'm about at a 2
Okay,
to a 5 at least.
sure. Okay.
No. A good goal.
So when you're
But-
thinking of your morning routine or something that you can fit throughout your day, what would be something that would make you go, okay, I feel like I'm at a 2 right now, but to get to a 5, I'm going to fit this in, 3 times a week.
Right. Yes, I need to, I will, not I need to, I
Right? I will. I get to. Yeah.
get to. I need to build in a little bit of, just even, it's hard to not be frustrated with myself that I can't spend 20 minutes a day focusing on something like healthy to me, like even just yoga or Pilates or something like that. And at the beginning of this year, I joined like the, like Shakeology, Beachbody or whatever, and they have like little 20-minute workouts. So I have a tendency to be frustrated with myself that I'm not doing that.
Sure.
Change the frustration to action.
Yeah, because when we get frustrated about stuff, it doesn't make us go and do that thing.
Right.
It makes us frustrated with ourselves and be like, why can't I, or why didn't I? And then what do we start doing? We start like feeling that unmotivated.
Right. If I spent the 20 minutes actually doing the exercise rather than the 20 minutes ruminating about not doing the exercise,
Yes.
time better spent.
Yes. Okay. So one of the first things that I would try to do then, as I'm designing my morning routine, and you've been through this piece, but this might just help you next level it, right? Is I would take that and I'd go, okay, well, if one of the main things that I'm wanting to work on, one of my main 3 big goals is my fitness, then that fitness piece is going to be a non-negotiable in my morning routine. Even if it's, I'm going to do 100 squats while I brush my teeth. Like, where can I fit it in to say, I did focus on my fitness in some way?
Okay. All right.
Okay.
That's a good idea.
Hope that helps. Yeah. I mean, for me, and I say the 100 squats while I brush my teeth, because I'm doing a 100 squat challenge for myself this month. Because I was doing the same thing you're saying, where I was like, I know fitness is important. I even have it on my vision board to do 3 times a week, 15 minutes. Well, I'm saying it's important. It's one of my top 6 things. So I don't want to get down on myself for not fitting it in. So where can I fit it into a normal habit? And that was what I came up with. All right. So the number 2 thing, and you heard about this throughout the challenge, is gratitude. So gratitude for what is and what I have and what I am. Our fastest track to receivership or abundance, we know, is focusing on what we already have in our lives so that we can see more of that coming to fruition. If you think to yourself, I'm so grateful for my health and well-being. I'm so grateful that I'm able to make healthy choices. I'm so grateful that my body has ease of movement. So when I do want to work out, I can work out. Those are things that, you're not necessarily shaming yourself for not hitting the fitness that you want to hit, but you're like, but wait, these things are already really good. I really appreciate these things already. Then you're going to be able to be motivated to see more of that fitness feeling and fitness decisions in your life. So this can be as simple as, like, if you have a journal that you write the gratitudes in, and since you did the challenge, you understand the Me+3, where you do write them out. But this, for someone who's just starting out, this might look like I wake up in the morning and I say 3 things that I'm grateful for, or before I even get out of bed, or, you know, when something happens that I want to react to, I flip the switch and I say, you know, if I'm having an argument with my 10-year-old, which, good Lord, I say, I'm so grateful that she and I get snuggle time on the couch tonight. I'm so grateful that I can have conversations with her. I'm so grateful that I can teach her something about what's happening at her school or whatever. So how do you, in those situations, flip it around? And if you're not already practicing gratitude, it won't be as easy to flip those things around.
Right.
The third thing that I wanted to share with people during the workshop today fits right into your goal, which is getting intentional with your health. Because we know that healthy starts inside, and first your mind and then the body. So first you have to tell yourself, I want to be healthy and it's possible for me to be able to do that. I get to do those things. And then you get into movement, you get into your proper supplements, you get into meditation, mindful eating, right? So it starts with this, I want to, and then it's, okay, what are all the ways that I can fit in? And I mean, those are just suggestions, you know, the meditation, the mindful eating. So they're all practices that we intentionally try to fit into our life to make it 1% better all the time. And then we just have to practice. So you have to, you know, we always hear that you can't pour from empty cup. My personal opinion is that you can't continue to ask your body to do more for you. You can't complain about your skin. You can't give in to that lack of energy without realizing that it's a direct reflection of how you're treating your body in those choice moments, right? So people are like, oh, I have no energy. I'm so tired. You know, my skin looks disgusting in the wintertime. I'm all dry. Well, what are you doing? Are you drinking more water? Are you choosing fruits and vegetables, right? So it's really getting into those notice moments to ask yourself if you want to be healthy, if you're really taking care of that health. Right. So part of the reason that I'm doing that morning rush is, you know, I'm concerned that women are super powerful and they're hiding behind, or they're spending time by themselves. They don't have anybody to talk to about their ideas, or they're just going through the motions of their day. I'm really concerned about that for women and how they can feel confident in sharing what they want and going after their results. And the reason the 21-day challenge came around was because I was like, how can I get these women in community and show them that all they have to do is decide, you know, make a choice. So because you've already been through it, you'll automatically get this email sequence for free. Plus you're going to be, you know, added into that archived group. But for those people that want to start the 21-day email challenge, they just simply are going to get on an intention call with me. And that's going to be easy for you because I'm just going to put it in the chat here real quick. Because it's just going to be a 15-minute call.
Okay.
That you guys can get on, and you can just, you know, at that point, we're just going to talk about what is it that you want? What is something that you want to work on? What is something that you feel like is going to help you get ahead? And if it's just joining that 21-day challenge, then great, let's get that restarted for you, or get a group together to be able to, you know, really encourage each other. Or if that's, you know, Triana, I'm more interested in one-on-one coaching, or do you have any group things coming up? Then that one-on-one intention call would give us the chance to really talk through some of those other options, or to talk through stuff you're already working on. Because not always lost on me, I'm the person who I'm like, well, I need some of this and I need some of that and I need some of that. And then I'm like scheduled out. But if there's something you're already working on, then, you know, during that call, let's focus on that thing that you're working on and see how we can make it even better for you or get a faster result.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
I have like
All
so
right.
many big goals that it's, you know, like I need to choose something and focus on it.
Mhm.
You know, I feel like, you know, being organized has helped me realize, you know, what I want more in my life. And
Mhm.
I need to like a jumping point to figure out how to get there, how to
Yeah.
narrow that down, put it together and be more organized about it.
Well, and
Intention-
I'm a fan of messy action. I'm a fan of like, let's just jump in and see what will work. I mean, I feel like a lot of things that I've offered in my business have been a result of that, because it's just like, I'm just going to get this out there. I'm going to see what happens. You know, there's a reason that that is calling to me. But I also feel like you have to look at that big goal and go, what is my result that I want? Like, I need to be clear, and then reverse engineer it and make sure that the steps I'm taking are steps that are even going to get to that result. So,
Right.
you know, you can make it look like a funnel. You can make it look like a ladder. You can make it look like a mind map, whatever, you know, the strategy is more important than what that looks like. You know, everybody is a little different. So,
Okay.
all right. So again, I want to be respectful of your time. Because you registered, you'll get the recording of this as well. And if you want to share it with anybody who's able to jump on tomorrow, that's great too. It'll be 11 o'clock again. And day 2 will be different than what it was today, because we're going to go specifically through Me+3. And then I put that link up there for you to grab if you want to do that intentions call. And then we can move forward from there. Does that sound good?
Perfect.
All right. Do you have any questions for me while we're still on, or do you want to hold them until your call?
No, the only other thing I would like to do, and I don't know that you want to record this, but like maybe come in like to our office and like maybe do something like, you know, what we talked about today about, you know, gratitude and writing goals, because I think it would be good for everyone here to, you know, hear what you have to say. And, you know, I think everyone would benefit from it.
Yeah, I would love to do that. So we can definitely talk about that on your call and see kind of what you're thinking and when.
Okay.
I've done lunch and learns before. I've done seminars before. I've done Zoom ones for people that are spread out a little bit more. So we can talk about that on your call and see what we can make happen with that too.
Great.
And
All
I
right.
love that you're thinking, you're like, okay, this is working for me. Now, what can I do for these people around me to make an impact? That's that ripple effect that's so important.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I want to share. I'm excited. I want to share this with people, because even if they're not ready to do it now, you know, you've heard it, and you know, you're open to it in the future. And then when you're ready to do it, you just do it, right?
Yeah, then something will hopefully stick. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even one
Yeah.
step is a step. Yeah.
That's right. You have to start
Even
somewhere.
one step. Yes. Awesome. All right. Well, I'll send out that recording. I appreciate you so much for jumping on. I'm so proud of you for taking that time for yourself. And hopefully I'll see you tomorrow as well.
All right. Thanks, Rianne.
Yeah. Bye.
All right. Bye.